You're telling me as women, this is what we fought for? To go to work. To work. In any conditions. Impossible.
A man will go hard for the woman he wants. They are pursuers by nature. If he's not pursuing you and making his intentions known, you're not the one he wants.
Chief Keef, this is your last chance. Otherwise, I'm gone forever. You have 10 minutes to let me know.
Two things here. One, even men with the greatest sense of humor, like they find everything funny, they are not going to find this funny. Because your wedding day should be taken seriously enough that even other people watching this content wouldn't think that you're disrespecting your husband, even if he doesn't think so. Two, could you imagine if a man made this type of video? Like, he would be kicked off the internet within minutes. Double standard at its finest.
Which man needs to hear this with their trailer load of mad gal? If you know that you have a plethora of women that are unwell, that are obsessed with you, that think your existence is solely for them, I need you guys to not approach me, not DM me, not...
What would you want his income to be? I feel like this is gonna sound bad. I feel like 300,000.
I would have to say 127, probably 150 to $250,000 a year.
$500,000? Is that bad?
150, maybe to 250,000 a year would be comfortable for sure.
I was just having this conversation with my friend, and she was like, you have to manifest a husband, girl. Ideally, my husband needs to be making like 650,000.
So you said you want 500K, but what do you think the median income is for a 30-year-old?
60K? 70K?
It is $45,000.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
I think it's 250,000.
It's 52,000.
What? No, it's not. Damn,
000.
America.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
This is funny on here talking about some, why y'all didn't get your guy nothing for Valentine's Day? Why you didn't get your guy nothing for Valentine's Day? Like, I'm not buying a man on Valentine's Day. Like, my man, no. Valentine's Day is for me. Sweetest Day is for him. Like, I'm not buying a man love. Why would you buy a man something on Valentine's Day? It's literally created for girls.
I know a follower and a dumb bitch when I see one. Valentine's Day is meant for both partners and is a shared, inclusive celebration of love, affection, and appreciation rather than a day solely for women. Now, I know y'all are used to going out and seeing gifts for mostly women, but historically, it's a mutual thing. It's a two-way exchange of gifts and affection. You don't. Some of y'all hate your men to the point where on a day when you should be mutually expressing the love that you have for each other, you steal the day and say, I'm not gonna show you any love. You're the only one that's supposed to be showing me love.
Breaking news. I am now accepting applications for a man because what do you mean it's 10 p.m. at night and I'm outside trying to put air in my tires? What are we talking about right now? What is this? The machine shut off on me and I can't turn it back on. I don't know how to get it started again. I lost the little cap for my tires. The air is just coming out of my tires, and at this point, I'm just gonna buy all brand new tires because this is absurd. I don't want to do this anymore, so I'm gonna get back in my car and I'm gonna just pretend that everything's gonna be okay because I don't want to do this. I want to be a little lady.
I can stop thinking about racism at any given time and pick it back up again whenever I feel like.
Here comes the savior, who's not addicted to racism at all. They can put it down anytime.
I have that privilege because racism doesn't negatively impact me personally.
Because remember, only those with a certain level of melanin can experience racism.
Those who are negatively impacted by racism don't have that privilege. A Black woman, for example, is a Black woman in every space that she is, and there is nothing that she can do to be perceived differently.
We could probably stop focusing on the color of someone's skin before anything else. That might help.
If we are not personally affected, we're in no position to size the issue. A society like ours, founded in racism, race does in fact touch everything.
Just a thought. Race will continue to be the primary focus of absolutely everything for some, as long as that's what people keep focusing on. Heaven forbid we start worrying about who people actually are as individuals. By all means, let's continue to group people by skin color. That'll help.
I've truly believed that I do not want to pursue or date straight girls anymore.
Yeah.
And the reason being, last person was like a heartbreak or anything like that, because whatever, heartbreak is heartbreak, but more or less like what was coming up with certain issues. I feel like for some girls, and not all straight relationships, right? I have a lot of guy friends that are just as emotional, but for the most part, at least from what I've heard from girls that I know, is guys are mad easy. They're very like, it's easy to manage them and their emotions. So what I would deal with sometimes is like somebody that's not willing to go the extra mile, even though the extra mile is not the extra mile, it's literally the basics. Because their past men didn't care for that. Like they were okay without it. And I'm like, I'm over here pursuing people that maybe are attracted to me, but they're not really able to give me what I need because they're not really into me. They're into my love and all the things they've never gotten before. So anyway, I've come to this realization of like, hey, maybe we don't pursue straight girls anymore.
Something that you may not be aware of, but for International Women's Month, we are required to make a man cry every day.
I truly hope that they're joking. However, on the off chance that they're not, do allow me to be blunt. If another person, any person, tries to intentionally hurt another person, even up until the point of making them so emotionally distressed that they actually cry, do let me remind some of you out there that that essentially makes you a terrible person. I didn't stutter.
I know, it's a big task. It's a big task, but I believe in you. I do. I think you can do it. Have you already today? If not, there's still time.
Oh yes, there's plenty of time for me to say that this won't work on most men, because most men honestly don't care about the opinions of individuals who are obviously so misguided that they would actually think that something like this was a good idea. Again, I hope this is just a terrible joke just to try to get views, but essentially, it really is revealing a lot of women for the type of person that they really are.
A lot of husbands are starving and their wives don't even realize it. And I don't just mean physically. I mean emotionally. I mean affection. I mean being wanted. I believe that a lot of wives think, well, if my husband wants me, he can just ask. But what they don't understand is after a while, he gets tired of asking. He gets tired of always being the one reaching, always being the one to initiate first, always being the one hoping he doesn't get turned down again tonight. No man wants to feel like a burden to his own wife. No man wants to feel like he has to beg the one person who's supposed to want him. Men need respect, yes, but they also need affection. They also need to feel desired. They need to feel like their wife actually wants them, not just tolerates them. Your husband doesn't want to feel like he has to convince you to love him. He wants to feel like you already do.
You know, a lot of these modern women, as the saying goes, what is it? A leopard can't change his spots. A tiger can't change his stripes. I don't think that's the way it goes, but you get the point. Who you are is who you are. And who these modern women are, they still are. They're still running the same old plays, stuff that worked 5-10 years ago on some other dudes, desperate dudes that are ready to simp. It's not really working anymore. For one, it's because that dude has moved on. For two, because you guys be on social media all the time talking stupid. And so a man said, yeah, I just needed to confirm. She acting dumb. We're not doing that anymore.
So after seeing all the responses to my video yesterday, I wanted to make a follow-up appreciation post. This time, I'm appreciating all the men out there who are still interested in being the ones to pursue. And that's not a shot, okay? It's not a shot. Don't come for me. I get it. I don't live under a rock. I understand why men don't want to approach women anymore. I do, okay? Some bad apples ruined it for the whole bunch. But there are genuinely still women out here who enjoy that dynamic and who want that dynamic. And honestly, I don't want to change my method. Please don't make me pursue you, okay? I will pursue once the pursuit has begun, okay? I don't want to initiate said pursuit. Can we agree on that? Is that like a happy medium?
I'm seeing people say, why are boys fighting girls? Since when are boys hitting girls? It's because y'all bitch asses are telling y'all sons to hit the girls back.
And y'all bitch asses with daughters won't tell your daughters to keep their hands to themselves. You guys keep expecting women and girls to physically use men and boys, and they do absolutely nothing about it. They're not allowed to defend themselves. Oh, because she's a woman and she's weaker. You can cause more damage to her because she's softer. Like, they already know that, don't they? But yet still they won't keep their hands to themselves. Maybe, just maybe, start teaching your daughters to keep their hands to themselves and they won't get hit, okay? Because I am going to teach my sons to defend themselves. My sons aren't beating sticks. Men aren't beating sticks. So they shouldn't just sit down and allow women to punch them up as if they don't have feelings, as if it doesn't hurt, and they don't retaliate because it's a woman. That's not how it works.
About y'all, but I'm just so tired of being a strong, independent man. I just want a woman to come into my life and just take all the weight off my shoulders. I can't do this alone. I'm tired of being a strong, independent man. I'm tired of it. Like, I just want to be at home, cook and clean, and then when my woman gets off of work, I can just give her her meal and she can just lay down while I rub her feet. I just want to be her housekeeper.
Bro, it's men like you, bro, that make women think the men of this generation are just useless. Like, bro, like, the stuff you asking for are basic things to do. You just want to be lazy, bro. A woman shouldn't have to come take care of you, bro. You're a grown man asking for this. I think your do-rag may be tied a little too tight or something, because all the oxygen can't be getting to your head and you just came on TikTok and said something crazy like that. Nobody's about to come on here and take care of you, bro. You're a grown man. I wouldn't be surprised if you were rolling on the other side, bro, because something ain't working right in your brain right now. Oh yeah, I'm about to get all that.
Wait a goddamn minute. I do not talk about people's bodies. As somebody who has dealt with body image issues severely for the last 7 years, exactly what it's like to be on both spectrums, right? Too skinny, too fat, whatever. I don't talk about it. But today, you have brought me out of my cage, shell, whatever. You, ma'am, are no Eugenia Cooney, okay? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the point of this. I don't understand why you're crying over your son having a tubby girlfriend when you're kind of a tubby lumpkins yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the face. Hey, me too. Me too. Right now, I'm 157 pounds. I'm losing weight, but me too. See, the difference is I'm not doing the you're doing. So, by the way, these braces are closing my gap really fast. I just want to point that out. Okay, bye. That was a weird video. This whole thing was just weird. Should I post it? I'm gonna post it.
You know what? Today, a female friend of mine asked me a very interesting question I decided to share with y'all out there. And what she asked me was, why dudes don't go on dates no more? But in a nutshell, this is what I told her. Because for one, a lot of females these days don't appreciate the dates these dudes take them on. On top of that, too, the female requirement for dates is ridiculous. Because to them, it's not considered a date unless you spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on it. It's crazy as hell because why should I spend all that money on you? I don't even know you. I can see if we're in a relationship or we married, but not if I just met you. And not only that, let's not forget about the foodie call issue. Because let's keep it 100. A lot of females only go on dates for the free food, but got the nerve to take home a doggy bag. Doing all that just to later on say, I'm not really feeling you like that. And on top of that too, a lot of y'all ladies out there like to make the date feel like a interrogation. Asking us all these crazy questions and because stuff like that literally takes all the fun out the date. And the final and most important reason why a lot of dudes don't go on dates no more, because it's a dude that y'all messing with on the side that's smashing y'all and don't even have to take y'all on the date at all. While the requirements of an average dude is to take y'all out, spend all this money to wine and dine y'all, in hopes of getting a thank you for the hey, why put in all this work when it's not beneficial to us? Hey, I'm just keeping it real. Hey, you ain't gotta listen to me, but one thing you can't say I didn't try to tell you.
Once again, man, you know, you got these women. You're supposed to know what's wrong. She's not gonna tell you. You're supposed to figure it out. And if you ask what the problem is, oh well, I ain't gonna tell you. You got to keep on guessing what the issue is. No, I'm not. Modern women are so terrible at. They're so bad at communicating. Even though they say they've healed and all that stuff, they're so bad at it, man. They're terrible at it. I know they don't like to think that they are. They're terrible. They're terrible at it. I'm serious. And men are tired of that. I don't want to read your mind. I don't want to kind of try to dip over and see what I want you to communicate like an adult, like a grown adult.
Have you ever been upset about something, so you bring it up to your husband, but his response isn't what you were hoping for? Here's the thing. Sometimes it's not that he doesn't care. Sometimes it's just bad timing. If he's prepping for work, distracted by a project, or expecting people to show up any minute, it's not the right moment to bring up something heavy. I know it feels like you are getting it off your chest, but if there's no time or space to actually work through it, it's just going to feel like a end. And that irritation you might see from him, don't misread it as him not valuing you or the problem. It might just mean his head is somewhere else already. So what do? You ask him to pick a time in the next day or two when you can actually sit down and talk about it. That way, you know he knows that it matters to you, and you can go into it with both of you present and ready. Because timing really is as important as the words you choose.
Girlies in their late 20s, early 30s. Where are we finding men?
Unfortunately, they are working overtime instead of going out and dating because they feel they will never be attractive enough or wealthy enough for a girl ever again. They would rather check their weather app than chat with another person on Hinge. If they're not at work, they're usually at home, the gym, playing video games with friends, or fighting for democracy. You're welcome.
If you're making $50,000, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs. Okay. You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make $50,000, but you live in a shoe, and now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel that's gonna date you when you have no money. If she doesn't have that expectation, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts, because eventually you're gonna wanna run. Because she doesn't stretch you. She doesn't make you the man that you need to become. She allows you to be this stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
We cutting up.
I'm
You
just
talk about
saying.
me.
But yeah, so at the end, Tico was kind of going off a little bit. But again, the first video we saw, it's like, oh, where are all the guys at? You know, where are the guys dating?
I think these two women need to have a conversation.
Exactly.
Did you make chicken parmesan out of dino nuggets?
Yeah. What?
Why would you do that?
I thought about it, but I was like, I'll get the ring. Then I was like, you know what? They're probably out. So I just went right to
They're
these.
probably out. Mm-hmm. That's right. Did you check for anything else? I don't.
No, because I didn't want to waste time going all the way back and forth, back and forth.
Why would you make?
Babe, because it's way good. Look how fun dinner is.
I don't. Okay. Great. Can't wait to eat my dino nugget chicken parmesan.
That man is not the red flag, but his wife is, because he is the one that took the time and effort to go to the store, to plan dinner, and then to make dinner. But that man got the opposite of appreciation. Instead, he got a lot of complaining. But as if that isn't enough, she actually started berating him about how he came to the decision to make dino nuggies with cheese. And let me just say that man, he kept his cool, because there's a lot of people that wouldn't be able to keep their cool. He very obviously obviously has some thick skin, and it's probably some sort of coping mechanism that he has developed over time. But even with that, he still tries to tell her what he expected from her or what he needs from her, which is just a simple thank you or this looks good. Heck, he would probably just take a smile or laugh at this point. What's so frustrating is that this is a very real situation that a lot of people go through. And just because that man has a thick skin, it doesn't mean that it's right for you to push the limits of that time and time again.
I see so many TikToks talking about how being an independent woman is so much better, and it's amazing that you don't have to depend on anyone else. But I'm exhausted. I own my own house. I can pay my own bills. I work full-time 5 days a week. I'm a full-time single mum, and I think it's just exhausting because of how lonely it can be. So I go out, I go clubbing just to be surrounded by people, or my one night a week that I don't have my baby boy, and I'm lonely, and it's sad because all I do is cook, I clean, I take care of my son, and I work, and I hate this system, and I hate the dating scene. If you've been single, you know what the dating scene looks like in 2023. It's non-existent. It's a bunch of just people in hookup culture, and as much as I've tried to do that, it's not for me. It just makes me feel worse about myself.
Fun fact, my husband and I got married on April 1st. And because it was April Fool's Day, a lot of people did not believe that we actually got married. But now that we have lived some years of marriage, I realize there's a lot I wish I could go back and tell the girl on that wedding day. I would tell her that marriage is not 50-50 like everybody tries to say. Some days it's 80-20, some days it's 20-80. And a good marriage is just two people taking turns, being the strong one when the other one is tired. I would tell her, you are going to marry someone that is different than you. And that's not a problem to fix. That is a person to learn. I would tell her that most arguments aren't actually about the dishes, the money, or the schedule. They are usually about feeling unappreciated, feeling disrespected, feeling like you are carrying a lot with nobody noticing. I would tell her that a good marriage is not built on big romantic moments. It's built on how you talk to each other when you are stressed, how you treat each other when you are tired, and how you show up for each other on the days that are not special at all. So be kind on the normal days. Be patient on the hard days. And never forget, you are on the same team. Because at the end of the day, it's not you versus each other. It's both of you versus the problem. Happy anniversary to us.
So I'm reading a comment here, and it comes from one of the clips where the woman is essentially talking about, and you really have to understand the psyche behind these women. There's one clip that I'm thinking about where she was like, a man walked up to me and he asked for $37 to help cover his toe, and why would you come up to a woman? Why? We're afraid of you. What does him asking you for $37 have to do with you being afraid? I mean, you guys want men to protect you and to help you out, but then when a man asks, I'm just asking for $37. Oh no, I'm sorry, I don't have it. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. And then the man moves on and he goes about his day. You didn't hear about how he put his hands on you, how he did you wrong. He just asked you for $37 and that's it. Modern women, they continue to say that they're in therapy. They need more of it. I'm not even sure at this point in time, modern women are going to therapy.
I was talking to a girlfriend at dinner last night, and out of nowhere, I just looked at her and I was like, I want a boyfriend. I want a boyfriend. I don't remember the last time I said those words or felt that way, but I I'm putting it out there. Let's talk about it. I think sometimes we as women feel ashamed to say that for some weird reason. I'm not really sure why that should carry any type of shame to like want companionship and love. It's not coming from like a needy or a desperate place. It's a very normal, healthy place to say, yeah, I want companionship. I want to be in love. I want all of the good things that come with a relationship, and I'm ready to take on the difficult things as well. And let's be honest, anything that I've ever wanted in life, literally anything, I have spoken into existence. When I was looking for a job last fall, I literally got on here and was like, I'm looking for a job. And I said it early and often. I told everyone that I was talking to that I was looking for a job. I actually haven't felt like I wanted a boyfriend for years. Maybe I thought that I did, but I still had unfinished business and things that I needed to heal. And as y'all know, I was like in a relationship for a number of years, and that's what, a year out? A year out since we officially ended, less since we technically ended, I guess, you know what I mean? When you have someone else in the picture, no matter how close or far they are, it's just really, really hard to be open to something else. And I feel like I am finally in a spot where I can legitimately be ready for something else. So yeah, I'm just saying it. I'm ready for something real, something peaceful, a true partnership. I believe it's out there. And if that's what you want too, then that's okay. It's okay to say that. It's okay to want for things in your life. That's it. That's the post. Just me out here manifesting with my wet hair.
What women should do is marry before they have a child, because this is what happens. You are too old, too many miles to be demanding high prices. God damn. What women in your position should do is be fortunate to lower your expectations down to your level. You can't get higher than your level. You're lucky if you find a guy who's willing to marry you and be a stepfather to a child, period. Because being a stepfather, which I have been one, is a thankless job. Much less to a stepfather to a guy by your own admission is not the caliber of a man you even wanted to marry. This is why women should marry your child's father and don't make babies with a man you're not going to be with for the rest of your life. Really, that's the answer. Because anything after this is trying to make the best of a bad situation. And I know it's not popular. And I know people don't like the way it sounds. But the older you get, the more women tend to want. You tend to want men who are earning more, doing more, to be able to provide more, because your standards are higher because of lived experience. But your value is lower. You cannot get more in the main. Yes, there are women out there who can do it, but in the main, the majority of women cannot. Would you marry a man who's making $45,000 a year?
I mean, close to it, sure. If he had ambition.
There's always an add-on when I ask these questions. I said making $45,000 a year. He's happy making $45,000 a year.
No, I couldn't be satisfied with that type of complacency.
Then you screwed yourself.
Honestly, what is the point in being with a man that you don't want? And yeah, I understand that drives can fluctuate, right? You can have different seasons of life, but I'll tell you what is so inappropriate is making a video like this and posting it. That is what shows that you don't believe that the behavior is problematic, because it is. Like, you literally drugged him. And how would that look if roles were reversed, by the way? Like if the man was drugging the woman and giving her maybe the opposite thing? Yeah, I don't think that would go over well. Like, I think that the video would not be up anymore, and I think that people would find out who that man was in real life and just completely destroy his life. Okay, and then the other argument is, well, the guy was obviously in on the video. Like, he knew what was being made. Yeah, I'm there with you. Like, I agree that that's probably the case. But is he in a relationship where he feels like he can voice that that is something that would bother him? Or does he feel like he has to be a yes man to his wife? Because that does happen, and that is what leads to men actively participating in their wives' open disrespect of them.
First of all, you're definitely a single woman because you got the single woman tell. That smoke detector. How do you live with that?
The way that I've been living with just being a single woman is...
No. Specifically, the smoke detector that keeps chirping. How do you live with that?
Can you just elaborate more on, like, what do you mean by the smoke detector?
It keeps going beep. That smoke detector that's beeping in the background. There's a smoke detector. It beeps every 30 seconds and it goes beep.
I don't hear anything beeping. Did you just hear it again? Because I don't hear anything.
Wait for it. Told you guys they don't hear it after a while. There it was.
The beep? Oh,
yes.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I have to replace my fire smoke detector.
Oh my God!
Batteries. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Okay, so I just noticed it, and maybe I've become a
You didn't notice it.
I didn't.
It's one of the first things men notice about you ladies, because a man would not sit there with that thing beeping like that.
Okay, noted.
And my point is, guys, the things that we notice, they don't notice. They get comfortable. Beep, it just beeped again. And she didn't even notice it. She don't even know what I'm talking about. She's like, what are you talking about?
Right, I thought you were like trying to, like say something,
No, I'm saying it's a single woman tell. It's the single woman tell that a woman is single or got a husband if she got that thing going on. So my ultimate point is, okay, yeah, and those kind of things keep women single.
Most women are overly dramatic. They know how to lie to you. They know how to be deceptive. They know how to change the narrative to be the victim. And we are so good at it, which is why you have to use what I call the minimize, maximize rule. Let me explain. If you use this rule, I promise you that you will be able to decipher and understand what actually happened when a woman is telling you a story. Because we are so good at convincing you guys that we are the victim. And sometimes we're not the victim. We're just so used to getting our way and gaining sympathy and getting what we want if we are the victim in most situations. And just a side note, you can absolutely validate a woman's experience. You don't have to invalidate her, but you can dial it back and know that she's being overly dramatic about situations to gain more sympathy. All of the dramatic parts of a story that a woman is telling you, you need to minimize that by 3. What do I mean? When she says he's verbal, does she just mean that he's being an asshole? When she tells you that she was emotionally, does that mean that he didn't fall for her over-dramatic presentation and her fake tears? Even though she ignored his physical needs throughout the entire relationship, and that's the part that she's not going to tell you. When she says he was narcissistic, it means that she couldn't control him, she couldn't control the narrative, and she couldn't get him to listen to her. When she tells you that her ex was financially, sometimes you gotta ask yourself, was he trying to control her spending because she has poor spending habits and she overspent? Again, over dramatizing every situation to gain sympathy and play the victim. We are so good at convincing other people that we could do no wrong and that we're the victim, which is why all of the stories you need to minimize by 3. She'll tell you that her ex didn't give her enough of attention, but the parts that she leaves out is she didn't feel like he gave enough attention because she was getting attention from guys in her DMs. She'll say that she was unhappy the entire relationship, but she'll leave out the parts where she was comparing herself to other people on the internet or comparing herself to her newly divorced friends or even friends that are happily married. And ask her how many of her friends are newly divorced, because who has gotten in her ear to convince her to break up her last relationship or her marriage in the first place. She'll say her ex was controlling, but maybe he refused to put up with her disrespect. She'll say he always raised his voice, but maybe he was just trying to reiterate a boundary and an expectation that she wasn't listening to or hearing because she always wanted to challenge his expectations. She'll say that her ex was rude, mean, and selfish, but she'll leave out the parts where she was condescending, belittling, and passive aggressive, which is why all of the drama that she tells you, you need to minimize it by 3. The only exception to any of this is when you have to maximize this rule by 3. So for example, if she says that she has high standards, just know that if you're ugly or just basic average, you need to multiply those standards by 3. But if you're an attractive guy, you need to minimize those standards by 3, because standards get minimized if she finds you more attractive. When she tells you that she's in debt, this is another example of where you're going to maximize the expectation, and you're not going to maximize it by 3, you maximize it by 5, unless she shows you proof otherwise. And the same rule applies for her body count. If she tells you a number, multiply that by 3. So you should always be using the maximize, minimize tool in situations for women, because we are overly dramatic and we make up these narratives and these stories in our head to convince ourselves that we are the victim, and it works every single time. And 9 times out of 10, you will believe these women because we are so good at deception. Okay, bye.
And a lot of times I was just listening to a clip that made me think of women don't know how to communicate. A lot of these women don't know how to communicate. They're not good at it. A lot of times modern women will try to tell you, I just naturally communicate. That's just the way that I am. I came out the womb knowing how to communicate. So that's not a problem for me. It is a problem for you. You're not a good communicator at all. And that's okay. You can learn that skill like the same way that you're telling men to learn the skill. Well, I communicate with my girls just fine. Your girls are not men. You guys communicate like women, not like men. And so the things that y'all understand about each other is going to be different from what men and women understand about each other. Problem is, a lot of these modern women, I want a man to approach, and don't know how to give him choosing signals. They don't know how to tell him, yeah, it's all right to come over and talk to me. Come on now. I ain't got all night. I ain't got all night. Come on now. They don't know how to do that. And they don't even think about doing it because nobody encourages them to do that. They just say, stay there, being your feminine, and the guy will come to you. Yes, Chad and Tyrone will come to you.